Hi, my name is Sueyoon and I'm a designer and researcher at CWI in Amsterdam. Today, on behalf of our co-authors, I'm going to present our SIGCHI 2022 work, Understanding and Designing Avatar Biosignal Visualizations for Social Virtual Reality Entertainment. This paper was based on my master's thesis at TU Delft, supported by CWI in 2021. Biosignals are all kinds of signals that can be measured and monitored from biological beings, such as heart rate, breathing rate, muscle contractions. Recent technologies enabled revealing those previously invisible biosignals, and researchers have shown that displaying those expressive biosignals as a social cue has the potential to enhance interpersonal communication. For example, Fanny studied connectedness through visualizing biosignals with auto animation in a smartwatch, and Javier showed that skin conductance can help us recognize children's engagement during social interaction. Social VR is a type of VR environment where users can meet and interact with their virtual representation in a shared immersive environment. In social VR, avatars can map users' real movements and sometimes show believable facial expressions. On top of that, several researchers have explored visualizing biosignals in VR so that can enhance users' immersion within the VR spaces. For example, Sinew and Miriam investigated different biosignal representations such as halo, arrow for heart rate, and social VR game scenario. And Miko et al. Visualized EEG and breathing rate in a VR meditation environment. However, it remains unclear what are the user's perception on biosignals and avatar representations in social VR. How to design interpretable and non-distracting visualizations, and if we have a set of designs, are they effective in social VR entertainment scenario? We adopted a user-centric approach to design a set of biosignal visualizations and then conducted a control study to find the most effective heart rate and breathing rate visualizations in social VR entertainment setting. I will guide you through the research process with this diagram on the following slide. Our work provides two primary contributions. First is a set of empirically tested social VR biosignal visualizations for heart rate and breathing rate. Second is insights and design considerations for visualizing biosignals in an entertainment-based social VR scenario. To achieve our first goal, which is to understand the current user's perception towards virtual avatar representations, we conducted a survey and context mapping interviews. Context mapping is a research method that involves users as experts of their experience. We asked users to prefill the workbook and conducted interviews based on that so that we can gather deeper insights. And after analysis, we acquired 3 findings, 5 themes on users' attitude, and 7 aspects to be considered for visualizing biosignals. Next, based on our understanding of users' perception, we moved on to find the most suitable ways of visualizing users' biosignals. Here we narrow down our focus to social VR entertainment setting, such as watching movies or attending live music events, because users' perception will be dependent upon the environmental condition, and also the prior work has shown that those settings have a more open and playful nature, which can lower privacy concerns of revealing biosignals in social VR. We conducted a co-design session with 6 designers to brainstorm the ways to visualize heart rate, breathing rate, and EDA in social VR entertainment setting. Designers were guided to use those 7 considerations, which were derived from the previous research when brainstorming their ideas. During the co-design session, we provided designers ideation templates, which was designed to brainstorm 1 visualization idea per template. Co-design session resulted in 6 ways of visualizing biosignals, and this led to 4 visualization prototypes for the final control study. Based on our set of visualization prototypes, we moved on to find the most effective heart rate and breathing rate visualizations in entertainment setting, which is the final goal of our study. We selected a virtual Z-bar as a use case for the study, and we recruited 32 participants as a pair. It was a within-subject design experiment comparing 4 visualizations: skeuomorphic, particles, creature, and environment, 2 biosignal types, heart rate and breathing rate, and 3 biosignal rates, low, rest, and high. We used artificially generated simulated biosignals instead of the real-time measuring, as our focus was on comparing the effects of visualizations. The first part was a quantitative experiment where we presented Likert scale questions so that people can rate their experience within VR space. And the second part was a qualitative experiment where we interviewed participants on their experience within the VR space. Regarding the perceived avatar arousal, we figured that skeuomorphic visualizations for both heart rate and breathing rate allow differentiable arousal inference. And regarding the perceived avatar distraction, skeuomorphic and particles were least distracting visualizations for heart rate. However, all the visualizations were similarly distracting for breathing rate. From the interview, we figured that skeuomorphic design was the most intuitive and minimally distracting, whereas particles gave an overall atmospheric feeling, but some found it as confusing. The creature one was too cute and had distracting nature, and also regarded as a separate identity instead of being connected to the avatar. The environment one was suitable for atmospheric mood, and their peripheral aspect was highlighted by the participants. I would like to conclude the presentation by sharing some design considerations for the future studies. The more interpretable visualizations are less distracting ones. The more customized ones are more ambiguous in interpretation. And users like to perceive others' biosignals, but were less willing to share their own biosignals. Please read our paper to find out detailed user-centric design process and also deeper insights and statistical analysis. Thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me.